to the show today, baby. It's your boy Jimbo Dean, aka Jimbo Slice, aka Jimmy Obama. And welcome to the show. This is Pound for Pound ATL, and got my boy Big Mike off up in here. I know y'all ain't seen that in a long time, so hey man, we're gonna get y'all a little refresher, baby. Now in this show,
Mm-hmm.
we finna put out the people that we got our eye on going into camp and all throughout camp, and who we want to watch. We want to get updates on. We want to know what these people are doing in camp to kind of give us a better idea how they're going to be looking going into the season and on the field all the way throughout preseason and all that good stuff. But first of all, let me highlight my good buddy, my best friend, Big Mike Dub is in the building. How you feeling, Big Mike? What's going on, baby? Camp is almost here, big dog. What's up?
Blessing to be at this point. One, blessing to be here, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, blessing to, hey, every day above ground, that's a good day to me, So I would say this, football camp is right around the corner, And again, man, it's not often that we are usually in a transition where we have a new head coach, right? We talk about this narrative time and time again, right? But I think, over the next couple of weeks, man, shoulder pads are going to start to tell the story of what this team is really about. Again, man, we've covered all these scenarios. We've covered what the defense will do. But all I know is, the theme of our show, Players to Watch, really, really ties into a lot of the things we're going to talk about, later on as far as what camp could be, battles, man. It's so much to talk about. So I know we ain't got a lot of time to talk to them about it. So let's get right into it, bro. What you got for us, Big Jimbo?
Hey, look, man. Hey, look here, Pound Fine ATL family. Hey, make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe for us. We on our way to the old big 5K. Anyway, man, we loving it. It's time to get excited, Big Mike. Like you said, shoulder pads finna come on, and once that come on, we start to separate the, who's who in the neighborhood. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm finna go ahead and give y'all a list of guys. We got 4 guys, and then we got a whole group that we watching. So what I want y'all to do out there, man, Pound Pound ATL, I know y'all gonna do this. Put in the comment below the guys or the group that you're gonna be watching going into the camp. The one you got your eyes on, the player you think, or the group you think is you need to keep eye on and see the progress on him and see how he's gonna come out going into the season. Put it in the comments below, man. And let us know because we want to know to see who y'all thinking about. And I'm pretty sure on me and Mike list, me and Mike came up with this list together. And I'm pretty sure a couple of these guys on this list, on our me and Mike list, is on y'all list too. Because we want to know about these people. And because this last regime probably ain't do these people no justice. So we want to know. So let us know down in the comment below. But I'm finna run off this list real quick and then we're gonna go through them. Richie Grant, number 1 for me and Mike.
Ooh, yeah.
Quadre Olison, number 2 for me and Mike. Josh Andrews, oh man, that name. Number 3 for me and Mike. Fabian Moreau, number 4 for me and Mike. But basically, your boy wants some of this. Your boy wants some of that real bad. And then as a group, we going with the edge as a whole. The edge, the defensive line, the ones that's getting after the quarterback. Me and Mike finna go after them as a whole because we want to know what these guys gonna do during training camp and how they gonna come up out of there. All right, Big Mike. Let's start with the first guy. And man, he's a rookie. So you really, people like to say, Mike, you really shouldn't expect that much from a rookie in his first year. You probably shouldn't do that. You probably shouldn't put that much on the shoulder. You're not expecting that much out of him or whatever you want to say. But a football player is a football player in my eyes. But we gonna keep an eye on him going all throughout camp preseason leading to the season. Now, I want you to give me one good thing or one thing about Richard Grant that you looking forward to or looking forward to hearing throughout these days of camp and coming out of camp, Big Mike? Give them to you on first, and I'm gonna get to.
Yeah. So look, most people go on the field. They go to, big hit. They want to see interceptions. They want to see fumbles. Let me tell you something. What I want to see from Richie Grant are intangibles, right? You say, what am I talking about? I would say for Richie Grant, the intangible is swagger. That's the heard about Richie Grant out of Central Florida was that, he's a vocal guy. You're gonna feel his presence on the defense. He's gonna be a little bit of everywhere. So I think if that swagger from college transfers over on this team, I think it'll be a smooth move for this defense. I'll tell you why, because when we drafted Keanu Neal, we thought at the time it was a bit of a reach. Ended up being a good pick. He ended up being one of the better safeties to ever put on a Falcons uniform. You look at guys like that. They were all stiffer safeties. This is probably one of the most fluid safeties that we've drafted in a long time. I don't know what this guy's ceiling is, right? I'm excited about him because when I look at, the opportunity that he has on his defense, if he's able to come in and get guys to play around him early, a la a Antoine Winfield Jr. of last year, I think that immediate impact on his defense. That's why we lead off with Richie Grant. And that's why he's a guy that, like, I can't really wait to just kind of see his growth over the next couple of years, and I'm excited about it. Now, Jimbo Dean, I know you're a defensive guy. How you feel about that guy, Richie Grant, man?
What I want the buzz to come out of camp about Richie Grant is just it like you said, not the big hits, not the interceptions, none of that. That's gonna come. I want to hear that he's out there flying around and he's commanding the defense and he know the playbook. I really want to know more so updates day after day that Richard Grant has got the full grasp of DMP's playbook, progressing day after day, week after week, leading into the season. If I can get you remember last year we got an AJ Terrell update where they said he knew 95% of the playbook. I mean, that might not say much about our last defensive coaches or what kind of scheme they were running. I don't think a Richard Grant can get a DMP's defense locked in that fast, but we don't know. He maybe can, but that's the kind of word I want to hear about a Richard Grant coming out of camp going into the season, that he got this whole playbook and grasp, and he know how to move around in it, and he's moving fluid, and he's just out there flying around. That's what I want to hear about that rookie. Now, he had 11 and a half tackles for loss in college. This tell me this kid finna be around the line a little more. I want to hear this. Another thing I want to hear about him, that he's around, he's in the box, playing in the box a little bit more. I'm gonna be so happy to hear an update or anything coming out of camp saying that Richie Grant is playing in the box a whole lot doing these practices, and I'm gonna love to hear that, because if he's doing it in those practices, he damn sure gonna be doing it in the season. So that's what I want to hear about Richie Grant. And hey, man, we cannot wait though. You feel me? So our next guy, Mike. This is a buzz name because a lot of people are starting to talk about this guy. A lot of guys starting to figure out, trying to find out, was it last regime did him wrong, or he just wasn't that guy. So a lot of people want to know this story about Quadre Ollison. Let's go to Quadre Ollison really quick.
And again, like,
go ahead, Mike.
And that's why I said, just real quick, I was gonna let you lead with him, but while we on this theme of intangibles, Quadre Ollison, the intangible he got to show is heart. Like, to be honest with you, because if he comes in hungry, this is a great opportunity for him. For as much as we, talk about Mike Davis is the type of running back where we are going to need a solid number two. The way Mike Davis plays the game, wherein that he plays, we have got to have a guy that can come in and fill that gap, right? So, Cordero Patterson, definitely a gadget player. It's hard for me to see Cordero Patterson getting 12 to 15 carries in a game. But it is easier to see Quadre Ollison getting 12 to 15 carries in a game if he's a hot hand. Again, that's hunger. That's, honestly, what's funny is he is one of the few players that owes it to this team to show what he has. Because, listen, we all believed you that it was Dirk Cutter not putting you in good position. But this year, Jimbo, new regime, you're around. It's really all on you, Quadre. So you got to come hungry. Nothing on the field. Like I said, I don't even want to know what he does. He's shown the ability to stay around, right? I want to see that Quadre Ollison looks like a man on a mission, similar to maybe a Brian Hill the last couple of years when he made that step. So, I don't know. What's your thoughts on that guy?
My thoughts are this, man. We thinking it's a Dirk Cutter. We thinking it's the last coaching staff. We don't know that. What if he's soft? What if he just don't fit the bill? Let me tell you something, man. In the NFL, if you cannot pass block, you ain't finna tote the rock. Hold on, man. That's almost any level of football. If you cannot pass block, you ain't finna get to carry the rock. Carrying the rock is a luxury. Carrying the rock is something you earn by showing that you can pass block. Because guess what? If you can't pass block, you can't run the ball, because you tipping off the defense when you come into the game. So how we know it ain't him? How we know his pass blocking skills is atrocious? How we don't know his pass blocking skills is not up to par? So you're not gonna get burned. We don't know that. But I do kind of believe that, Dirk Cutter had a major part to play in it, but we do not know that maybe when he got his chance to run a pass play, a blitz pickup, Mike, what's up with pick? We don't know if he can't pick up a blitz. We don't know that. If you can't do that, you can't carry the ball. It's point blank serious. I just want to hear that he know how to pass block. and do all the things that a offensive minded head coach like Arthur Smith gonna want you to do, because you're gonna have to be able to pass block and carry the ball, so you don't tip off the defense on what kind of plays you're gonna run. Quadre Alderson in the game, we know they finna run the ball because he can't pass block. So I don't know. I'm just saying it's two sides to a quarter, Mike.
One thing I'll tell you is this though, too. If he doesn't step up, that Javian Hawkins, again, we touched on him a lot. We ain't gonna really touch on him a lot because I think that Javian Hawkins is gonna do what he want to do. Like, you don't have to question his hunger. He already feels like he should have been drafted in the 3rd or 4th round, and he's a guy that you got to watch out for anyway. But the other guy, Huntley, that's another big guy. He's got the same body type as a Quadre Olison, and again, looking at his tape, he looked like a guy that if you give him the opportunity, he's going to make the most out of his carry. So, I definitely think the running back position is one of the biggest unknowns on this team.
No
and
question.
It was fun to see who rises to the occasion, right? So whoever earns it in training camp, I actually feel good about, because I think that we got a head coach that's able to use the running backs to their strengths. Whoever's out there, they're going to be playing to their strengths. So if that's Quadre Olison, we'll see, man. So, hey.
We go, but what's going to separate all them running backs in that running back? All the Atlanta Falcons running back groups. Y'all listen to Pound ATL right now. Y'all listen to Jimbo Slide. Listen to me. What'll separate you in training camp from the rest of that running back room is pass blocking and blitz pickup. If you're a football player, you know it. You better have it together, man. If you don't, you're gonna miss. You're gonna lose carry. You're gonna lose burn. I'm sorry. That's just the way it goes. Either way. What's up? Josh Andrews is the next guy on that list. Toby D's guy. Toby D, man, I'm glad you're in this corner. I really am. Because a lot of people are really not in this corner. I might be one of them. Because at that left guard position, they've been a turnstile for 3-4 years. Mike, can you agree?
Turnstile is putting it lightly. But yes. It's a kid.
This is what I want to hear about Josh Andrews, and then you're gonna get to him. We're gonna be real quick. If you're not you just not a turnstile at camp, man. Are you okay? Oh no, this is a real good one right here. He's a superstar at camp. He's blowing it up. Man, he's looking good. Man, boy, little Josh Andrews can't be stopped. If I hear that, that's that Matt Gano, that's that Mac Mike, your boy. That's that Matt Gano old terminology coming up out of the camp.
Yep.
I don't want to hear that. That's how I feel about Josh Andrews with camp. Just don't be a turnstile, but don't be glorified as a superstar. What might like to call a camp all pro. Don't do that. Now, give me your word on it, Mike.
Listen, you listen. You preaching right now, and you're going right in my hands. Camp all pros. Listen, we don't want no camp all pros unless you one of those guys that I'm trying to make it to practice squad. You be an all pro. That's what you got to do. You be a camp all pro, because that is your ticket into the NFL. But Josh Andrews, I really want to see what you do with the pass zone, because you are the veteran. Now, here's the thing. If the veteran takes hold of the position, learns the offense, is a fit, then we don't even talk about this later, right? But the problem is this, is Arthur Smith is an offensive line specialist, right? So what he is doing, I think, and I'm not in Arthur Smith's head, but what he is doing is he's putting the veteran out there, because the veteran kind of is the guy that's going to show you how it's done. He's going to be a pro. He's going to show you how to start a little bit. But there's a reason Josh Andrews has not started consistently over the league. If Jalen Mayfield at some point isn't able to take over that position, or we do some shifting at that position, who knows what happens? Hennessy, whoever is over there, right? I would be surprised, because we don't have, I would say we have a little bit more athletic talent with Mayfield than we had with a Jamon Brown, which was, man, boy, Jamon. We hadn't talked about you. We were hard on Deidre Sinat and some other guys, but Jamon Brown, man, if we still paying you money right now, I'm gonna be upset. Matter of fact, I wish I had JR to look up the stat for me right now, but I don't want to get upset. Jimbo Slice, I think we didn't talk too much on these boys. Let's get next.
Josh Andrews, 15 games, 4 starts, Jets, Eagles, Man, I'm telling you. All right. Anyway, you're right. We'll talk too much. Next guy, Fabian Moreau, secondary guy. Gotta love it. A veteran, Mike, big time veteran. Got him over there from Washington. We gotta love this, right? Because secondary guys are hard to come by.
Right.
But you know what is really hard to come by? A secondary guy that can play his role. And that's what I want to hear about Fabian Moreau coming out of camp and going into the preseason and going into the season. Playing your role, bud, because you're not gonna be a consistent starter. Maybe, okay, you might, but I want to hear about you just playing your role and doing your job, Fabian Moreau. That's all I want to hear about coming out of camp about him. He's steady, he's reliable, and he knows another thing again. Here we go again. This is what I love this. He knows the playbook. This is gonna be really, really, really imperative with players knowing these playbooks. Whoever more ahead of knowing the playbook coming up out of camp is the ones that are going to have the upper hand, especially with a new regime. You got to pay attention to that. That's going to be a must. That's going to be a subject that we want to hear coming out of camp. And with Fabian Moreau and with Richie Grant, and it's the two in the secondary, it's the two I want to hear saying they got a full grasp of the playbook and they know how to fly around and doing those plays and how to line up. Imperative. I get back more to it. Let me get your thoughts on Fabian Moreau, Big Mike.
I mean, you're right, bro. I think you hit the nail on the head. I think with him, he's got to be consistent. You know, I think that if he was dealt a raw hand in Washington, we'll know here, right? You know, because he was another guy, has started NFL games, has been a reliable NFL veteran, was a guy I was really high on out of college when he came out of UCLA. Great speed. Guy looked to be a competitor, right? But for him, it's almost like with Darqueze Dennard. It's like, what body of work do we get from Fabian Moreau over a long period of time? And here's the thing. I wouldn't pencil him in as the starter because Kendall Sheffield has started a lot of games for the Falcons. So we can't just write Kendall Sheffield out. And you know that Sheffield kind of has got the hints that, you know, they're kind of writing him off a little bit, or maybe they want to move him into the inside. But another guy to watch out for is Darren Hall. You know, you don't want to, you know, I think Darren Hall could be a guy to come in and, you know, he can be solid because he is a guy that, as much as you want to call him DeMonte Casey, he got a lot of characteristics. He's a little bit more of a hitter. First of all, he'll stick you a little bit more than Casey will. I think he's a little bit better at bump and run coverage, and that's kind of what you need. You need we got big receivers in the NFC South. So whoever can, you know, it's either going to be technique or being able to bump and run these guys at the line. You know, you got to have good technique because Michael Thomas, Mike Evans, DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, we got to see these guys twice, right? So,
right.
Question about Fabian Moreau is he good enough to guard those guys twice? If he is, that's cool. The better question for the secondary is we should be asking, who are the guys that can guard those guys? I don't see nobody right now, but it's going to take a group effort. You know, clearly the secondary is going to be a group effort. But yeah.
And like I said, Fabian Moreau, I mean, he played in 60 games. He started 18 games, had 16 interceptions in that time frame for the Washington football team. Not bad, but could be better. Play your role in camp and let me know you got that playbook down pat, Fabian. That's all I want to know. I'm good with that. We're gonna have me and Mike over here at Pound Fine ATL gonna have our eye on you. All right, let's move to this next group, man, because this is a group. you gotta make them one person.
Oh God.
Because when it comes to the Atlanta Falcons, this is one person that just have not did anything for us as a group. I'm sorry, Grady Jarrett, you get tired in there a little bit, but we just don't get no pressure. We get a lot of pressure on the quarterback. Take that back. We get a boatload of pressure, but we don't finish it. Right? So let's get to the edge group as a whole, Big Mike. And we just gonna go edge, but I kind of want to generalize that as like people that make the sacks, the people that's gonna rush the quarterback, but typically that edge, right? So typically that edge, right? So okay, let's get to it. JTM, Grady Jarrett, Tyler Davidson. Okay, no. JTM, Dante Fowler Jr., Tasquan Graham, Stephen Means. That my guy at Notre Dame, can't really pronounce his name, but we got Sharif Miller, Brandon Copeland, and that's all down the fourth. What's that guy name out of Notre Dame, Big Mike? You know how to pronounce his name.
Oh yeah, Okundeji. Yeah.
Okundeji. That's all.
AO, because you know what? AO is you know what? We'll start with him. Let's start with him while we're talking about him, right? I think he is the guy that maybe has a chance to come out of nowhere, right? Because if you look at him, he was really decent against running back. Now, he played with Dalen Hayes at Notre Dame, right? But he's a guy I'll start with. And why do we start with a rookie? Because with old Bart Mingo doing Bart Mingo things, we got to be quick about it because
no question.
We can talk about the free agent market, but we got to talk about the guys. There's a lot of guys. We can end it off on maybe who the free agent that is out there, maybe other than Justin Houston that we might need to look at. Because Justin Houston, he's got a pick of places right now. So he could go wherever he wants. He want to try to win a Super Bowl, right? He knows what he could do for this Falcons defense. But You know, back to a guy like that, you know, he's not a guy that you really expect much out of. But I do think that if, you know, some of these players, like if he could have like a Jacob Tuiota Mariner where he splashes, he makes plays in critical moments. Not a bad guy to build around because he's strong at the point of attack. We need guys that can, one, as an edge rusher, give us that kind of that dual power against the run. Which again, why I think you might see him in more against the run. I would say the pure edges, the guys that I'm really gonna be watching outside of Dante Fowler, because I don't really know what to make of Dante Fowler because he claims he was last year, but he's shown the ability to get multiple sacks in the NFL. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
are we ready to write him off, Jimbo? Like, I mean, he's put him out there that he's capable of doing this. What's his
right now? Hold on, right now, who? Dante Fowler Jr.? No, sir. Oh, look here, man. Okay, I'm jumping in this corner, and I'm jumping in this corner hard, and I'm finna do it. I kind of have already done it, but I'm really finna do it now. I'm on Dante Fowler Jr. train. I believe in this guy. This guy is really finna show up and show out. He finna give us a season, man. I just feel it in my gut now. Don't look at me. Y'all can look at me crazy, pound for my ATL all you want. But the guy was banged up last year. All right. He just was banged up, period. He's finna come back healthy, and he finna be utilized like a Judon was utilized with the Ravens. Dean Pease, thank you very much. I really believe in Dante Fowler Jr. I'm not writing this guy off. I'm ready to see what he's finna do. Now, last year we kind of felt that, but like I said, he got banged up, man. He just wasn't in, they wouldn't put him in position to make plays.
I agree.
Somebody's over there finna utilize this guy the way he's supposed to be utilized.
Yeah.
And he finna really, not to mention his contract is more incentivized now for sacks. Every time he make, I said this before, every time he make a sack, money going into his bank account. I'm not writing off Dante Fowler Jr. This the guy, when we say edge as a whole, this my guy. This my guy I'm looking forward to making some noise and count. But since he's a veteran, you really ain't going to really hear too much, but you're going to know that he's steady, and you're going to hear his name, and you're going to know he's there. And he's healthy. I can't emphasize that enough. This guy's an NFL play. This guy's an NFL All-Pro. Do not get it twisted, man. He's on our team. We keep forgetting about him, but I ain't forgot about nothing. I'm ready to see a Dante Fowler Jr., and that just is what it is. That's he is my camp, man.
And that's why I think that, you know what? I think if we while we talking about it, if we don't get a Justin Houston, hey, bring a Olivier Vernon, or give us somebody to just, you know, hey, put them in one-on-one situations, because we don't need a 12 sack guy, but we do need a guy that is capable of producing at least 6 to 8 sacks with consistent pressure. Because Steven Means, to me, is not the answer. Steven Means is part of that almost formula. Almost getting there, tries really hard.
Yeah.
You know, like, that's fine, but we need people that Dean Pease can use as missiles, because that's what Dean Pease wants. He wants missiles. What missile free agents are still out there? If you got any bit of pass rush, come to Atlanta right now. That's a play. Hey, free agents out there that's watching this right now. If any of y'all watching this, come to Atlanta. You know, 6 to 8. Olivier, you see us, man. Justin, come home. You know what I mean? Anyway, sales pitch over. Yeah.
Sales pitch is over. Okay, yeah, and that almost stuff, I am done with that. I am sick and tired of this almost stuff on the defensive line. You're about to get me fired up, Big Mike. You used that's a great word, almost. But it's a good way to lead off the end off this show, man. It's Pound Fine ATL, your boy Big Mike, your boy Jimbo Dean. And we getting ready, man. Y'all better get fired up and get ready. Y'all tune into this show, because we gonna give it to you like it ain't never been seen before. Four Horsemen, we're gonna give it to you. Shout out to JR, shout out to Toby D, Pound for Pound ATL. We having a good time. We can't wait, man. Season is almost here. Start to get ready to buckle yourself up. Like, share, subscribe. Leave your comments below on the players y'all gonna be watching going into camp. Me and Mike just gave y'all out. We feel good about it too. Mike, plug that Twitter in real quick before we get up out of here, big dog.
Mike Dub, MIKE_DUB. Follow me, I follow you back, man. Y'all, man, listen, y'all be throwing them little Twitter follows out there like just snow out of the sky, just so soft in there. Appreciate it. Keep them coming. Jimbo, take these people home, man.
Yeah, and follow me at Jimmy Obama, JIMMYOBAMA. And this is Pound for Pound ATL. Let's buckle up for the off season. Me, Mike, JR, and Toby D gonna be giving it to you. Hit that subscribe button. We're gonna see y'all next show, man. Adios.